I tried GTA Online in 2024, and I was surprised, horrified, confused, excited, and disappointed. If you've been watching my channel for the past year, you'll know that I've been quite critical of GTA Online, and it's got to the point where I even stopped playing it. In fact, I took a 3-year hiatus from playing GTA Online because I became so sick of how grindy the game had become. Until last week when I re-downloaded GTA Online and I gave it another chance. This is what happened. Now, loading into the game, first things first, it looks incredible. This is not the same game as it was 5 years ago, and definitely not the same game as when it launched in 720p on the PS3. Rockstar have definitely put in some work here. The game looks awesome. After I got over how beautiful these sunsets are, within the first few minutes I was greeted with what I can only describe as harassment. No, not from these guys, but from the onslaught of messages from Simeon, Maud, Maze Bank Foreclosures, Arena Wars, Warstock Cash and Carry, Southern San Andreas Autos, Pegasus, and every other corporation in the game. After digging through the settings and realizing that there's not much I can do apart from mute some notifications, I decided to try my first heist in years, which went as well as you'd think. I started the setup, I did all the pointless cutscenes where my character sits and says nothing, to then find out that I indeed cannot afford a submarine. Who would have thought? So that is when the grind began. I hunted around the map for the missions I can do to earn money, to buy the submarine, to start planning the heist, where I'll have to earn more money, to then get the money to spend the money on another heist. Because my friends, you have to invest. Or something like that. After doing some missions, I found my 3 least favourite mechanics within GTA Online. 1. The fact that I kept getting paired with people that can't read. On the Fleecer job, my partner in crime killed the hostages 3 times. This 3-minute mission when you're actually inside the bank took 23 minutes to complete. 2. For some reason, Rockstar can't decide whether to put the money in your cash balance or your bank balance. When entering back into free mode after completing the mission, I was immediately blown up, and the money from the heist never made it into my account. Apparently this isn't supposed to happen, but during my last week of playing, this has happened on 2 occasions. On 2 separate missions, I've been loaded into the map inside walls, trapped inside buildings, and of course I have to respawn back to my apartment. Now these are only small little gripes, but they're definitely gameplay mechanics that should have been fixed 11 years into online existing. Something else that I think is definitely worth bringing up is how repetitive the mission structure is. For example, with this particular mission, you can't carry more than one thing at once, so you have to go backwards and forwards from the location repeatedly to complete the mission. Now once I figured this out halfway through the mission, obviously I know in the future that I will definitely be able to complete the mission on time, but it's an extremely boring mission. Yes, clearing out the building is relatively fun, but then just the constant backwards and forwards is a little bit boring. Now when you eventually earn some money, where can you spend it? Well, a few years ago there was nothing to spend money on, and this was my biggest gripe with the game. However, I was very surprised to see that now more than ever, there's a lot to do with your GTA Online cash. The clothing options are insanely varied now. I had a lot of fun customizing my character and choosing my garments. However, Rockstar, please fix the hood system. Whenever wearing a hoodie or any garment that has a hood on it, as soon as I enter anything, even a car wash, it puts the hood down. So the clothing is great, but vehicles. This is where I begin to have my major issues with GTA Online. Why did these mid-range cars in real life cost millions in the game? This 1980s Mercedes would be quite expensive in real life because it's collectible, but we're not talking into the millions of dollars. And a $40,000 to $50,000 Camaro or Mustang costing over $2 million in the game, which by the way is the same price as the submarine which is on sale, is absolutely mental. When GTA Online launched, most vehicles were sub $500,000, and there was only a couple of vehicles over $1 million. Now talking about the cars, the tuning options, they don't make any sense. Of course we have the tuning options that cost more than a house, which once again, don't make any sense, but we also aren't able to turn quite obvious drift cars into drift cars. No, to turn your car into a drift car, you've got to buy one of the 12 vehicles that all cost over $1 million before you even begin modding them. For this video, because obviously I was trying to get the video out, I actually bought a shark card to mod a vehicle, and my final drift car came to the grand total of $3.2 million. Let me just say that again, $3.2 million. So this brings me to other vehicles, such as the boats, all 9 of them. I'm guessing due to GTA 6 being so heavily based on marine life and the waterways of Vice City, they're saving the boats for GTA 6. Well, I hope so anyway. I also, for some reason, wasn't able to get a single drivable boat to spawn anywhere on the map. I'm not sure what that's about. Now, another thing worth stating in this video is that it's a little bit confusing. Now, I'm 26, you may call me old, but I am a little bit confused by how everything works in GTA Online. Firstly, there's text message notifications all the time, there's email notifications, and there's loads of stuff throughout the map that you either have to be a GTA Plus member to do, or you need millions of dollars to start the mission. Rockstar should just set a filter to missions that you can do right now with the money you've got, because the map is so heavily populated with content that you can't quite do yet. Now, I understand for most people this won't be an issue, but the reason why Rockstar's new user acquisition and retention is down is because people are immediately overwhelmed when they join online. You load into online and your phone explodes. When I first loaded into the game from a screen recording, I counted 87 notifications that came in the first 5 minutes. It's not possible for anyone to process that much information about new content, missions, and all of that stuff. And on the second time loading into the game, it wasn't much better, with 45 notifications in the first 5 minutes. What we should be greeted with is a video from Rockstar that shows all of the things that we can do in GT Online. Whether it's a 10-minute video, I'd watch all the way through it just to get used to all of the new features and familiarize myself. But if we try and be positive again for a second, another thing that Rockstar have done really well with is the weapons. When GT Online first came out, there weren't many options to choose from. Now there's a lot of diversity in the different weapons, attachments, and skins you can buy for your different guns. I do think it's really great overall, and they're definitely going in the right direction with it. Still, however, once again, one of the big causes for concerns is the price of everything. So far, everything we've discussed has got me quite worried about GTA 6. I hope Rockstar resets the economy so things aren't so expensive, but also hopefully they add new ways to monetize the game other than encouraging us to spend money in the casino, buying submarines, so on and so forth. Rockstar have made a system where no matter how much money you earn in the game, you have to spend nearly all of it to progress. And by buying apartments and condos, you're not getting any additional value. I'm hoping with GTA 6 we can buy a house on Starfish Island with a place to keep our boat, where our boat has an interior and we can host cool events on it, and I don't know, maybe we can actually drive the boat that we spend millions of dollars on. Now, I'm not trying to bash Rockstar, obviously I'm a huge fan, and I'm only let down by how grindy the nature of GT Online has become, because I know Rockstar can do better. Doing some missions and getting a $10,000 payout when you actually need $2 to $6 million to do a heist is really off-putting, which I believe is part of the reason why Take-Two Interactive announced in their earnings call this week that they believe GT Online is going to continue to decline in revenue over the next year. Player acquisition is down, and I can only assume that user engagement is down also. My positive takeaway from this is that Rockstar are not stupid. They can see what is working, what people are enjoying, and I do believe that GTA 6 will be a whole different game. I hope so anyway. So make sure you let me know what your thoughts about GT Online are down below, and thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Spin the cylinder.